Thank you, Matt. It's hard to add to that. Representative Lynch was very eloquent in summarizing what's going on here. Yes, I'm John Becker. I'm the sponsor of the bill. The bill is close to the Indiana bill that was upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court. So this is common sense legislation supported by the highest court. It is a very similar bill. I would have preferred to have seen this go through the committee process and be vetted at that level, but for reasons I don't understand, that has not happened. So we have taken a step to move it forward. So this is something the public overwhelmingly supports and frankly expects. It is common sense, minimal security to simply ask for photo ID for something as important as voting. And there are certainly examples of voter fraud out there. And in tight races, we do see races that are determined by sometimes one vote. Obviously, one illegal vote could change that election result. So with that, I will turn it over to Representative Adams.
Thank you. As a practical sense, when they say that it's overwhelmingly supported, you look at the polling. It simply is overwhelmingly supported in the polling. And from a practical sense, when I sit in an emergency room with my son for up to 3 to 4 hours, I noticed that I couldn't do anything without them knowing who I was or who my son was. They wanted a photo ID. That's the practicality of you cannot do virtually anything without a photo ID. And as it was mentioned earlier, except the integrity of our voting system. So I support the discharge petition. I support the effort, and we've debated it for at least 2 to 3 general assemblies. So let's finish it and vote on the darn thing.
Representative Brenner.
Thank you. Yes, I, along with Representative Adams, sat on the committee that reviewed many of the elections bills. We've had discussion over this as well as some of the other elections law changes. We've even, and I've talked to Representative Becker about the fact that if you're poor or you cannot afford to go get a birth certificate or something, we were even going to be putting provisions in there that would allow for the state of Ohio to cover that cost. So the arguments that were being made that this is not acceptable because it could potentially infringe upon somebody, I just find that hard to believe, given the fact that we already have basically a form of voter ID right now, which is you can pretty much bring about anything that has your address on it to vote. A photo ID, though, would verify that, in fact, you are the person through an official form of ID. And pretty much anybody can get an ID right now for just a few dollars anyway, but there were provisions in there for those that would be the poorest that couldn't afford that to be able to get those kind of items. So I support this effort, and I support Representative Becker's bill.